Have you ever laughed so hysterically at something so simple you were starting to get legitimately worried that you were losing your sanity or something? About what were you laughing so hard then? It was a windy day and I was eating a bag lunch with my coworkers. Suddenly a huge gust of wind blows the bag and all my food away, leaving me staring at an empty table with a fork in my hand. I didn't even try to catch it. I just started laughing so hard I had to lay on the ground. The ability to laugh at my own pain is like my only superpower. Shailian from Heaven Officials blessing with love you guys. Enlighten me, O wise one, whom Stifuk is this Shailian of whom you speak, and where can I meet him, because I am in need of love. In high school a guy at my table was asked if he ever had sex, and with the most straight face said no, but I've seen dogs do it. His frankness and deadpan attitude made me laugh so hard, and for so long I was worried that I was going to pass out. Was this in Northwest Pennsylvania? I think I know that kid. Was this is Northwest Pennsylvania? I think I know the dogs. We both do, baby. I had a dream recently that a friend of mine spent 2 full hours focusing intensely hard on writing something down. When he was finally finished, he showed it to me. In a 5-year-old's handwriting in crayon, the page simply read apple cider dog nuts. I laughed so hard I woke myself up crying. Also, I was once at a small but serious poetry reading event at my university. A few people spoke about different connections they had to the poet, like the host of the event who introduced had gone to grad school with her, the university president who had worked with her mentor, etc. My friend whispered to me in this goofy voice and I ducked her mom. We both were laughing so hard people were turning around to glare like 4 rows ahead, even though we were trying to be silent. I laughed on and off for half an hour and had to leave the event early because it was so disruptive and inappropriate. I was at a Christmas show in a stadium theater where a bunch of different people groups performed various Christmas songs. There was one group of little girls performing a song, I can't remember which one, but it was so bad that it was just comical and adorable. My cousins and I could not stop laughing. Shoulders bouncing, trying to keep it in, but it was so funny. We didn't want to be inappropriate, but we were dying. I had the same experience at my sister's high school graduation. The choir sang and they were god-awful. I was laughing so hard but trying to keep it in, and I was crying with shoulders bouncing. Once you get going it's so hard to stop. I didn't question my sanity, but I got stuck in a laughing loop with my then 1-year-old son. He was laughing at my laugh and I was laughing at his. It was the better part of an hour and we were both exhausted afterward. It was over 30 years ago and it still makes me some when I think about it. This reminds me of a sleepover I had in middle school. There wasn't enough couch space for all of us girls to sleep on, so me and a few of my friends were on the floor. I can't explain why, but everything I heard was hilarious. I laughed until it hurt to smile. I justified it by saying that everything is funny on the floor, so we all took turns lying on the carpet and laughing our asses off. The people on the couch started laughing at the people on the floor, and the people on the floor were laughing because the people on the couch were laughing. It still holds true today, everything really is funny on the floor. This is the end bloopers when they're talking about their religion and Craig Robinson says and Danny's Muslim and Danny McBride just says shalom. It's not even that funny, but I lose my shit every single time. My mom once said boo to my dad who kept hiccuping to make him stop. She said it in the most innocent and pure way that we couldn't stop laughing. The laughing went on for like an hour though. Years ago I was having drinks with my best friend when she developed the hiccups. I told her I would have to scare her. About 5 minutes later, I told her I had something very serious to talk to her about. She leaned in, looking a little worried. I sighed heavily and said, "You're pregnant." Her eyes got huge and in a panicked voice she asked, "I am." She immediately realized her mistake, but it was too late. I was dying laughing. Literal tears running down my face. I couldn't pull it together. It's still a memory that makes me giggle. And the best part is it worked. Her hiccup stopped. I kind of pulled the reverse of this on my ex one time. She had the hiccups real bad, so I tried to spook them out of her a few times to no avail. Then, a few minutes after my other failed attempts, I dropped the "I'm pregnant" bomb on her. That worked just fine. I can't decide if this is funny or if you're a man or a lesbian in this situation. I don't remember the context. But my best friend and I, then in our pre-teens early teens, were flopping around on her bedroom floor and screaming fish out of water. We insisted on showing her mom, who looked at us like we were on meth. I almost passed out, I could not breathe from laughing so hard. I almost passed out, I could not breath from laughing so hard. Are you sure it wasn't just your gills not working on land? Lamau, I don't know you, but I love you. As much as a fish can feel love, anyway. Many years ago, I went through about a week-long phase where I simply could not read my credit card number over the phone without laughing hysterically. No reason, it just started one day. Then I think I got all up in my head and it just snowballed from there. Every time I tried to order food, confirm some travel reservation, whatever, I would start laughing and it would take me forever to get through the number. The surprising thing was how infectious the laughter was. I thought the people on the other end of the phone would be annoyed, but probably 9 times out of 10 they'd start laughing too. It was like some virulent mindworm of contagious hysteria. And then just as suddenly as it started, it was over. Hasn't happened since, though I still brace myself every time, just in case. This reminds me of the time someone came to my front door to try and sell me solar panels or something, and, for no reason, I started getting very giggly, like really trying to hold it in. The guy then also started trying not to laugh as he explained the benefits of solar power to me. I eventually had to apologize for laughing. No idea why. I read a meme asking if Norwegian clowns say HJ&K. My girlfriend speaks fluent Norwegian and told me how that would be pronounced. Kind of a hyunk. I thought I was going to pass out from lack of air due to laughing. I'd catch a grip every now and then and a quiet hyunk would corpse me into laughing harder. This comment has made me hysterical. It was actually something in an AskReddit thread. The question was something along the lines of what is an unsolved mystery or paranormal activity that cannot be explained. Someone's reply was that one time when they were younger they farted and the TV turned off. I have no idea why, but something about how it was sandwiched between much more serious replies just made me lose it. I was laughing so much my wife came to ask what was so funny. Her reaction, basically calling me an idiot, made me laugh even more. Even as I type this comment I'm grinning like an idiot thinking about it. Edit, whoa, this blew up. Wife is still sleeping beside me and I'm giggling reading all these replies. Thanks for all the awards and all the laughs. This is what makes Reddit awesome. Not on a Reddit post, but a username. I don't usually read usernames, but there was a completely serious comment on a serious post made by user poop-flavored pay or something to that effect. I laughed way harder than you would expect from a 37-year-old woman. I have a subreddit for you. Rimjob Steve is a sub about questionable usernames saying wholesome serious things. It was late and my wife was driving us home. We passed by a fast food chain with its own root beer. My wife said, "Hey, you know what AW stands for?" And I said I assumed it was the initials of the founders. She said, "No, it's for hamburgers and woot beer," and I instantly and fully lost my shit. Her delivery was so cute and I was so tired that I laughed about it for the entire rest of the 15-minute drive. For the next several days I was still giggling every time I thought about it. This reminds me of the funniest thing my wife has ever done. We were on a weekend trip to New York City and I was in a level 9 fury over the shitty people and driving we'd dealt with all day. We got stuck in a traffic jam after hitting up a Sonic for late night dessert on the way back to our hotel and I was fuming. Without missing a beat, she takes a spoonful of her ice cream and just starts saying, "Lieutenant Dan, I got you some ice cream from Forrest Gump." I no-sold it and didn't want to break my focus on being mad and all of a sudden I see the spoon enter my line of vision from the left as she just says in an elongated fashion, "Lieutenant Dan, ice cream." I burst out laughing and we laughed for like 10 minutes in traffic. It's still regularly brought up as one of our inside jokes and makes me smile to this day. The thing to note here is that this is a real act of love. Sometimes when the person you care about is having a really shitty time, the best thing to do is just be a clown. Sometimes you can't fix the thing they're upset about, but you can do something else silly or cute and it can make a huge difference. We are just bags of chemicals, and when these chemicals align in a certain way we end up with these things called emotions, and they can have a powerful grip on us. But those emotions can be changed quickly if someone is willing to put in some effort. Congratulations to you, you're very lucky, dude. If I were you, every time I told this story or even thought about it, I'd go do something nice for my wife. I was in a terrible mood 10 minutes ago, but this whole thread has made me feel way better.